Hey guys, this is the REY Jedi and welcome back to the channel. Now today, I'm continuing my How to Not Suck and Become Unstoppable in-depth hero guide series. And in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to play Rey, or as my friends call her, Rey Skywalker in Star Wars Battlefront 2. Now regarding Rey Skywalker, that's another topic for a different video, but I'm not just going to show you how to play her. I'm going to show you the whole shebang like I do in this series, including striking, ability combos, use of stamina, star cards, and a bunch of other tips and tricks. And I do have quite a bit of tips and tricks to show you, so be sure to stay till the end because the tips at the end are just as important as the ones in the beginning. Also, if you're wanting to know how to lightsaber duel in general, or just how to use blaster heroes against saber heroes, as well as just how to use other heroes, then be sure to check out those guides on the channel once you're done with this video. All of those links will be in the description. Now that we got that out of the way, if you like these types of videos or this series, be sure to subscribe and hit that notifications bell so you never miss a video. It's free and it helps me out. Now let's start off with some basic things about Rey. Rey has 750 health and 250 base health regen, which is the average for the standard lightsaber wielder. And for those that don't know what a health regen pull is, it is basically when you take a ton of damage, you can heal back up to 250 HP, meaning you don't get all of your health back. Although there is still a way to getting all of your health back if you end up taking a lot more damage than you initially thought, and that would be through her passive ability, which all the heroes have with the exception of Bosk, and that is health on elimination. And basically what a passive ability means is that you have that no matter what. You don't even need any star cards to have it, you automatically have it at level 1. And that passive ability makes it where Rey can regain health for each defeated enemy. You get 20 health back for each trooper reinforcement you kill, and 100 health back for an enemy hero. Now regarding Rey's stamina pull, it's pretty good. I would say hers is about average, and if you guys don't know where to see her stamina bar, it's right above the health bar at the bottom of the screen. It's a bluish white color until you get low, which in that case it will just turn red and it depletes when you swing or block. And with Rey's base stamina, you can get a total of 10 swings before running out of stamina. Rey also has a base of 2 normal dodges, which can be very effective when timing them right, because they can get you out of a lightsaber combo and also give you the ability to dodge incoming attacks, whether it's the opponent's basic attack or their abilities. And what I mean by that is that Rey has 2 dodges, which will continually recharge, and if you time them correctly, you can avoid an attack. For example, let's say Kylo Ren is about to pull you or freeze you with his abilities, but you can dodge them. If you are in the middle of your dodge animation, then you won't be affected at all by it, and that goes for all dodges. Just notice I did say dodges and not dashes because they are different. Now about her base lightsaber damage, you can only do about 120 damage from the front and about 140 damage from the back, which means you can't even one-shot the infantry classes even from the back. Although Rey does have a super fast swing speed than a lot of other heroes, so just keep that in mind and use that to your advantage when trying to get a kill, because you will need to 2-shot infantry. Now before I talk about her abilities, let's go over her strikes. Now remember, she has fast strike, so be sure to combo some of these moves together and you'll see that you'll be able to take out your opponent very, very quickly. So first off, you have her basic attack, then her right dash attack, then her left dash attack, then her back dash attack, then her front dash attack, then her lunge attack, then her small jump attack, and then she even has her normal jump attack. Now let's continue to talk about her 3 abilities. Her middle one is called Insight, and that allows Rey to sense her surroundings, revealing all nearby enemies to her and her teammates while she disappears from their radars. And if that wasn't already a good ability, it can also cut her stamina cost in half, meaning she will have 50% more stamina and it will allow her to do more damage. So if you have this ability active, then her base stamina will go from 10 swings to 17. Plus, her damage goes from 120 in the front to 130, and in the back it goes from 140 to 150, meaning she can now one-hit kill any infantry in the back with the exception of heavies. Plus, it only has about a 10-second cooldown, so you can use this quite often. Now moving on to her left ability, which is called Dash Strike, it is where Rey charges forward with her lightsaber, dealing damage to enemies on the way. Now, this ability only does 130 damage per hit, but it does knock down your enemies, which means you can get in a punishing strike afterwards, which should finish off your opponent, unless you're going against a villain or a full health reinforcement. Now, this ability also has a 10-second cooldown, which is pretty good because you will be able to use this quite often. Now, I do want to say when you do use this ability, you can't block. So just be careful for how much damage you are taking, and if you see that you're taking way too much damage, instead of finishing off the ability or just trying to press it again to cancel it, just dodge out and block that incoming damage. Or if there's an enemy in front of you, you can just press the attack button while hitting the guy with that ability and it will kill them. Then you can dash back and block. So you have the option to just dash out of it or finish off your enemy depending on your situation. Now moving on to her right ability, she has Mind Trick, and Mind Trick allows Rey to cause nearby enemies to be dazed and confused for a brief duration, which means that their controls are reversed and they can't really turn the camera no matter their sensitivity, even if they're at 100. So that gives you a huge opportunity to attack from the back if they end up knowing how to counter their reverse controls, so be sure to use it to your advantage. Just be careful when you do activate this ability because it does have an activation animation, meaning you will be left vulnerable upon activation, which basically means you may take a lot of damage while activating this, so just be careful when you activate it. You don't want to do this when you're low health in front of a lot of enemies because a smart player will punish you for it. Although if you are going against a villain, remember that this ability can be blocked even when a Saber hero is in their blocking animation, so remember to use that to your advantage. Now, for this part of the video, I'm going to be going over my Hero Mode star cards, which includes Heroes vs. Villains and Hero Showdown, as well as giving you guys some tips for those modes, and my Large Scale Mode star cards, which include Galactic Assault and Supremacy, as well as giving you guys some more tips for those modes as well. So let's get started off with my Hero Mode star cards. Now, before I say them, I do want to say that all the star cards are pretty good and it's really up to you and your playstyle, but after playing the game for a while and figuring out my playstyle, these are the star cards that work best for me. Now, for the hero modes, I like to go with Street Fighter, Opportunist, and Focus Sight. I go with Street Fighter because it gives Rey 15% more stamina, meaning she can go from 10 swings to 12, and when Insight is active, she can go from 17 swings to 19, which may not seem like much, but just wait until I give you my other star cards because they all stack and it's a super deadly combo. Then I chose the star card Focus Sight because that allows Rey to have Insight, which is her middle ability, to be active for 7 seconds longer, which allows Rey to do extra damage and have more stamina for a bonus 7 seconds, which really comes in handy when dueling. And I know that may not seem like a lot, but trust me, it is an absolute game changer. So when you have those 2 star cards equipped, she goes from 17 swings to 24. Yeah, told you it can be a deadly combo. You can swing 24 times while doing bonus damage without running out of stamina once. Now that's just with 2 star cards. Then I chose my last star card, Opportunist, because you can do 15 more bonus damage to your enemies that are affected by any immobilizing effect, including Mind Trick. So keep this in mind because it doesn't have to be your immobilizing effect. So someone on your team can immobilize your enemy and you will do bonus damage. Although if you are in that slight situation where you are able to find a 1v1 match and you need that effect, then you got one that they can't even block, your Mind Trick. Now that you guys know why I chose those star cards for hero modes, I can give you a quick few tips on how to take out those annoying enemy heroes. So one skill you gotta learn is pairing. If you don't know how to do it, be sure to check the description for another video I've made because I go into depth on it. Now, besides pairing, comboing your abilities is really useful, and I can't stress this enough for Rey because your middle ability and your right ability will allow you to deal more damage and they stack. So if you activate Insight and then your Mind Trick, you will be doing a ton of damage. In fact, that is one of the best combos I can give you. Activate Insight, activate your Mind Trick ability, and then activate your dash even if they're blocking. And you may be wondering, why would you do that and waste all those abilities while they're blocking? And I'll tell you why. You can turn extremely fast when you're in the dash attack. So you can just go right past your enemy, do a quick 180, knock them down, then cancel your ability with an attack, then you can just strike them a couple times while they get back up. And if for some reason they're still alive, feel free to do the same thing or just dash behind them and deal that extra damage with your abilities. Now, if you're going against a blaster user and you need that close distance, I would recommend mind tricking them if they're close enough and then using your dash attack to get in that striking distance. If they are too far away from your mind trick, then I would just use your dash ability, but please, I can't stress this enough, don't go in a straight line. I can't tell you how many times I've melted those rays that just come straight at me, charging right at me, and I'm just shooting right at her dumb little head. So please avoid that and use your camera to wiggle around. And if that doesn't work for some reason, because there's a really good blaster hero and that's all they play, then you could just dash out of your ability and just dash side to side, or even do jump attacks till you're close enough to strike them. Now, for the larger scale game modes, I go with the star cards Focus Sight, Resilient Dash, and Damaging Strike. Now, if you're not feeling like using that Resilient Dash star card to get that damage reduction because it's not just your type of card, I would switch it out for Street Fighter. That way you get 15% more stamina. Now, I've already explained why I like to go with the star card Focus Sight, because it allows your middle ability to be active for 7 more seconds, which not only allows you to do more damage, but also get more stamina. But I went with the star card Resilient Dash because you receive 40% damage reduction when using your left ability, which may not seem like much, but trust me, when you're getting shot in the face, you're going to notice a big difference. Plus, I like to use that ability as an escape route. Like, if I'm taking a lot of damage and I just need to get out of the area, then I will activate that ability for the damage reduction and because I can run super fast. And as for my last star card I went with, it was Damaging Strike, and I went with that card because Rey will deal more damage for each target that she hits, which means if you have that card, it screams crowd control. You will see a big hallway full of people and smile. You can use that dash ability and the damage stacks after each and every target you hit, and it increases by 30%. So if you hit a couple people, you can just start instant killing the rest. Plus, if you combine that with the previous star card that I said, you will get 40% damage reduction while using that. So it is a pretty killer combo if you ask me. Now, for some tips that I can give you in those modes like Galactic Assault and Supremacy is to constantly be moving around and to use your left ability when you need those ranged movements, because that's your only range attack. So you do have a pretty good lunge distance, so also be sure to use that to your advantage as you're running after your enemy. But just overall, be aware of your surroundings and be sure to save your mind trick for those heroes that are after you, so that way you can get away, or if you're going to engage, you already have them confused. Then also use your inside ability whenever possible, because you will see your enemies you wouldn't normally have seen without it. Now, if you want to know some good maps that you can do decent with Rey, and I'm not saying you can't do good with her on any of the other maps, because you definitely can. You can honestly do great with her no matter the map, as long as she's in the right hands. But if you're wanting to practice with Rey, the sequel maps and Naboo are great for her in my opinion, like Starkiller Base, Agent Kloss, Jakku, and the capital ships in Supremacy. Anyways guys, that's going to do it for this hero guide. If you did enjoy it, please consider liking the video if you did like it, or dislike it if you disliked it. But if any of you guys have any questions, comments, or constructive criticism for me, please put them all in the comments down below, because I do read and respond to them. Seriously, some people don't ask me questions because they don't think I'm going to answer them, or they just don't want to bother me. What's the worst that can happen? Me not answer? Come on. Remember, I'm here to help you guys out. Also, remember that there's always room for improvement that can be made, so be sure to let me know what I can do better for those future hero guides. And if you're interested in those future hero guides, Battlefront 2 in general, just everything Star Wars, or just want to help me out, please consider sharing, liking, and subscribing while hitting that notification bell down below so you never miss a video. And if any of you guys have any other tips for Rey that you can give, be sure to do so in the comments down below, because there's tons of different tips and tricks and different strategies out there, so others may learn from the comment section as well. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and may the Force be with you always.